Anyway, so we're almost out of time. We like to always finish on a fun note, but we don't have one this week. So what we have is a very unfun one, and that is uh, recent news that the IT unemployment rate. This is also from a Wall Street Journal article. Has hit 6%, despite there being overall U.S. job growth, and this is, of course, counter to what we have historically seen, where IT was always the big strong part. Now, I took issue with this article a little bit, and maybe my perspective is wrong on this, but I always draw a distinction between the tech sector and IT. And for me, IT are those people that work in enterprise IT functions, delivering the technology within an organization. The tech sector are those that deliver technology to consumers of that technology. And this report or this number is combining both of those. So it included in that are big cuts by Cisco and AT&T and others. But it also speaks to some softening in what I would consider the traditional IT market, basically pointing to anyone who's not in AI, anyone whose job is to run these backend systems. And it speaks to something that we have talked about for CIOs, this continuing pressure on organizations not wanting to invest in just the keeping the lights on sort of technology. And so I think that represents I think we just need to be aware of it and recognize that this is our reality. It's the continuing reality, and we need to see where that's going to play out in terms of where investments then are going to be made.
Yes, and I also think it speaks to the importance of hybrid IT and the death of monolithic IT. If you are a specialist in, sorry to pick on you again, SAP or Oracle, and you made a 20-year career out of administering the platform, this is probably not a safe time for you and your IT job, to be quite frank. If you had one of those Cisco certifications that used to be gold when I started my career, again, it is much easier to outsource networking management capabilities either to a consulting firm or to push some of these capabilities into the cloud at this point. That's just the reality of where we are right now. And so we are moving to best in breed technologies across the board, probably with some sort of distributed control plane or control layer. And as long as you're willing to move with that and keep in touch with the technologies rather than be wedded to a specific vendor, you'll be okay. But there's definitely the need at this point to understand how the cloud works, how the cloud works in conjunction with on-prem capabilities, and to look at this AI world in for real, because training for data, understanding how data is transferred from one place to another, understanding the inputs and outputs, and embedding and the ongoing operationalization of AI in context of your network or data center or any other IT job is going to be an important one. That's where we're going, and traditional IT is not the place to be hoping for your next 20 years of IT career.
And I think that's true. Even, we had love to pick on the SAPs and Oracles of the world, but I think that's increasingly true if you are a Salesforce administrator or a ServiceNow developer, right? I think that the entire time of I pick this one vendor and I make my career out of it. We have to be focused on the business problems, on the use cases, the workflows that are driving that, the underlying data architecture. And I mean, if you're we talked about Salesforce earlier today, and that they're becoming much more of a data company. I think that's a great model, right? You're not a CRM administrator anymore. You need to be focused on this entire life cycle of the data that is helping drive the business. And the more that you're doing that, I think the better off you're going to be. So not fun news, but it also, I think, a signal as to where things are developing and heading into.
Absolutely. On that note, please invest in yourselves and don't be part of that 6% getting unemployed. If you are part of that 6%, good luck to you. The jobs will come back. The jobs are there, but you need to adjust yourself to where the jobs are just a little bit.